Alrighty, hello, and welcome back to some Pokemon Legends Arceus. Hope everyone's having a good day so far. Hope everyone's having a good one. Alrighty. Start off the day correctly by definitely just first time catching this Pokemon here. Hey. Good start. Good start to the day. Before I forget, I should have my medication. There we go. That's sorted. I need to move my fucking... Doing art yesterday, and I forgot to move the tablet when I went to bed, so it's still on the desk. Ugh. Alrighty. What am I actually doing today? What are in these rocks? Is it just still Geodudes? Oh no, okay, it's a Bergmite. Remove it from existence. Alright, what do I want to do? Do I want to progress the story right now and get to the lockout point? Or do we just do some requests for a little bit? Because I'm pretty sure if I... The problem is, I think if I leave this region, I get forced back to the camp, and I kind of need to progress story. And the problem is, if we progress the story, I believe this is when we hit the threshold of, like, quite a bit happens all of a sudden. Trying to decide. And while I'm deciding, I might as well take some resources. Something exploiting the region. fool, you shouldn't have been asleep. You fool, you shouldn't have had your back to me. Dude, the music's actually starting to, like, fly. Yeah, we definitely got enough to... Definitely got enough to, like, get the next rank up. If we can get another rank up. Also, that was miss. God damn it. Where you run to? Alright, the temptation to use some grit dust and stuff right now is also high. It is actually very, very tempting. Yeah, I think we have to kind of go back because I just have to get that rank up. Good bit of money, though. Surely this is enough. Yeah. Cool. We're gonna get the next promotion, which is what I want. Alright, we've quelled Everlog. Hopperberry, sure. Scatterbang, sure. And deep, dark rock. Sure. A dusk stone. Seems fun. Alright. Here's the story arc. Never, never, you whelp. Oh, dear customer, I'm sorry you had to see that. I asked Tao Ho to supply me with some new goods, but he simply won't do business with me. Surely hate to impose like this, but would you please try to make some see reason? You'd do well to bring him a token of goodwill, perhaps some sand radishes, 3 ought to do. New year wears yet again. I'm pretty sure I got sand radishes for this one. 1, 2, 3. Alright, all sorts of stuff I want to do. First things first, let's go report in. And get our star. Seventh star. I can use Gigaton. All Pokemon will now obey your orders reliably now. Which is awesome. So Gigaton is the Heavy Ball's final version. It's its Ultra Ball equivalent. Which is awesome, but it means that Garchomp now listens to us. Which is kinda nuts. Oh, the Savage Corpse recruit who quelled the Lord of Hollow. Sorry to keep you interrupted and errands in my account. To tell you the truth, I'd be happy to get my product. But that'd mean letting Choi off the hook. And the very idea sits my teeth gnashing. Are you bound for the Alabaster soon? Would you bring me back some sand radishes? Oh, you're already back with the veggies? Well done, gathering them in the harsh climate. Would you let me have them? Oh. Alabaster, Iceland's finest feature. Give these bitter roots a nice, thorough pickling, bring out a unique sweetness. Pickled, they make for a lovely, crisp, and quite well-liked snack. Granddaughter makes a fine pickle, I tell you what. Perhaps I'll ask her to give one of these a nice brinky soak. Yeah, I'm sorry to keep you go between Choi. Suppose it's time I had a proper conversation with the whelp. Hey, buddy. If it isn't the one of our beloved customers, might I trouble you with some little survey work? My family has always passed down tales of an ancestor that lived in a village around the avalanche slopes. I've never been able to find any hint of such settlement ever existing. It ended up true, but everyone wants to know where they came from, don't you? So, to help me out, can you find evidence people ever lived around the avalanche slopes? And there's... Yeah, okay, so that I know this one. I don't know this one. This one's the Chimeco quest, I think? I'm sure, yeah. No, it's Chimeco, I think is how it's actually pronounced. But that one's a really cute quest. I like that one. I'm not gonna do the main story, yeah. Hey, no luck, how's it going? Now listen, I'll set you up with some new goods, but as a favor to Miku, not you. Don't think for 1 second this means I've accepted you. But how absurd. Oh, please, Grandpa. Can't believe this is still an issue for you. Yui, how long you been What? Is our little store not worthy to sell your goods? Talk about letting personal feelings get in the way of your business. If you keep this up, Grandpa, I swear I'll never speak to you again. Oh, but why, sweet? You swore you'd never get married and leave your poor Gramps. Who in their right mind takes a tiny child's words so seriously? I'm so sorry for my grandpa. He's been such a bother to you, Miku. I hope this doesn't put you off visiting our shop. And there's the treasure that he stole. Well, in any case, we've got some new items on our shelves. Do buy some. Oh! I swear that wasn't there before. We have lampposts. We're really getting civilized out here now. I probably should just start doing the mint harvesting, because I'm gonna want them. Yeah, houses are getting done up. Everything's coming along quite nicely. Yeah, there's the Chimeco for the request. God, you're kind of big. Hey, you devil, how's it going? God, these are expensive. Anything else I want to do? Okay. Again, not progressing main story, because the moment we do that, we kind of shoot ourselves in the foot. So... what do we do now? Now that we have Garchomp actually listen to us, which is fucking massive to be able to have the level 85 listen to us. Level 85 alpha. That's just so good. What do I want to try and tickle some? Wow, I've really not actually like completed, caught most of these. I've just been fighting them or stuff. Had all week to figure out what to do for the campaign. Brain week, you got time to think about that and never use any of that time. Yeah, that's about right. That's about right. Yeah, so I need to catch these to actually be able to, like, cash in on what I've seen of them. The Galade's gonna be a pain in the ass, because I need to get the alpha of it. Gonna GM it right out your ass. 'Tis the way to do it, to be fair. Shallows outbreak and a Tangrowth outbreak, huh? Let's go back to the snow region. And try and get that Alpha Glade, eh? If we're going versus the Glade, I think Mario is gonna be the best bet. Also, I should try and catch this thing. Unless it just vanishes from existence. Well, that was a bit missed. There we go. Come on. Hey. Throw that bit of mud. Fight me, bird. It's 69 consecutive streams. That's amazing. True dedication for the cause. All the wrong reasons and all the right reasons. Hey, get in the ball. Thanks, buddy. Oh, that's the mushroom guy. For the quest. I managed to go around it fast enough so it couldn't aggro. That's amazing. As God intended. I love that some of these little guys managed to make it to the fucking slopes. Hey, you little badoof. Hey, little boy. Worth a shot. Ooh, space-time distortion. Yeah. Oh, over there. Let's go clear out our inventory first, actually. Hi there, buddy. Hey, would you want to get caught, like, easily? That's not a good sign. That doesn't kill. It's gonna kill. Lucario did half its HP with a debuff. They're about the same level. Item storage. I said I was here to drop off some resources. Might as well have a quick rest. Reset for Lucario. And we'll go back over to the space-time rift. Ooh, almost forgot about it. fight me. I swear it's got a gun. Self-defense. You wanna go, Blump? You wanna go? Fuck, oh. Hey, VTubers, how's it going? He's got a gun, officer. No self-defense. How we banging? We're banging, alright. We do be doing the banging, as they say. I don't know. He's adopted a hard-hitting stance. Well, how about you hard-hit that, buddy? Bang bros better than Smash. When your bro offers you to come over and smash and all you see is him pulling out a Nintendo console. It's been the worst trade deal in the history of trade deals, maybe ever. This. I've seen my fair share of discs. Get fucking duped, buddy. What was that? Oh, it was I was like, what the fuck was that? No, it was just like through the tree, so it looked really weird. Oh, yo, that's a really fat Raichu. I have to. Kinda wanted to catch me here. Why did you have to die? Holocure? What are you doing, bud? Got to say that Warhammer 40k battle sector is like 40% right now, so I expect to play Warhammer without any friends and no miniatures. Ooh. You tempt me so. That is the way to tempt me, because I don't have friends, and I don't have mini miniatures. Who has friends nowadays? Such a loser thing to do. And my homies don't have friends. What's wrong with you? Must resist the urge to fucking murder. Acting in space, marine blood angels and the Tyranids. Ooh. The Tyranids, you say? Be my favorite faction. My favorite factions? Man, why can't the Tyranids have like a character that is like as cool as some of the other faction characters? When are we getting the Tyranid Treason? I know, but shut up. Let a man dream, okay? I think that's all the items. Kids, errands, yeah, I know, like I said, I know. I can't a man dream. Special characters, yeah, I know one, old One Eye is, one of the only named Tyranids. Which is really kind of sad. The thing is, it's like all they are just strategists, right? At best. Like they've got enough conscious mind to be themselves, but like that doesn't mean much. The grand scheme of the calculus of the multiverse. Well, we got a nugget out of that, which is a hell of a good haul. Do I want to start... I'm trying to remember how to get grip pebbles. Because they're not a very easy thing to find. One Eye, Death Leaper, the named characters. There was also one, but he canonically got absolutely deleted from the gene pool. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah. Yeah, where's my named characters? You guys want to see something real funny in a minute that I can do? And I forgot that I think it gives something in return for doing it. How many Pokemon have I caught so far? Only 4? Gotta catch a bunch more. Collective memberships are called the Pebble Pile, and she had to change it for obvious reasons. Gotta love Bibu. Alright, let's do some mass catching for a bit. Not really caring what we're catching, preferably catching of like a high level. I mean, it's the reason why I love the, you guys remember the, like, merge Pokemon thing stuff that exists? And how there's, like, one of them where it merges their looks and their names? I will never forget that purely because of what happened when someone took Mr. Mime and Sharkpedo. And has like, oh no. Oh no, 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 no. How could you make him even worse? Thanks for turning around at the last moment, dumbass. Yeah, it's like, how dare he take that name? That's supposed to be left to Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, what? Do you think Mr. Mime and Sharkpedo combo likes playing Minecraft? Do you think he's a Minecraft YouTuber? Oh, drag. Is it every few months? They fucking, like, they release a new video, like, wait a fucking minute. We're here to capture Pokemon and not get political. We'll talk about drama. What are we doing? Oh, speaking of not getting political or anything like that, fucking Sony have been having a time of it at the moment. Every post on their Twitter account has gone poorly. It's been, like, filled with clapback comments. Still. They had a network, breakdown recently. Where people literally couldn't play games because the network broke. Which led to a lot of discussion about, like, how susceptible your own games, your own purchases are to this shit. But the thing is, right, is, one of the parts that caught me off guard the most was hearing about the internal, announcement. If you haven't heard, before the, basically, before the thing happened, before the tweet happened, before the announcement happened, there was a message that went around internally stating that basically anyone seen basically talking about it on platforms would be severely punished. So they made it so none of the people internally could talk about it in an external capacity, which, I mean, as a company, that's how you do that shit, right? Like, you don't want your people in the company complaining, going like, we don't agree with that, because it looks really bad for you. But the aggressiveness of how it was worded caught me off guard, because it's like, no, you guys state in this. We know there's going to be backlash. We don't care. Because they assume that no matter what, the backlash would not be anywhere near as bad as the long-term benefits they would gain from the circumstance, which just goes to show how little they fucking care about their own consumer base. And how little they fucking respect them. Is they're like, look, we know this is a bad decision. Been avoiding lawsuits by hiding behind the we're not a monopoly because people can buy our physical discs and resell them. Yeah, no, so a lot of platforms have this. I know Apple still gets this from time to time, is like the argument that the App Store is a exclusive thing. Like it's a controlled monopoly place. Which is true. It is. But I accept the valid complaint that it's like, when it's something like that, at least when it was really brought up at one point, I didn't see too much of an issue with it, but I do see that, like, it can long-term be a problem. We are now at the long-term point where it is very clearly a problem. And with how the stuff is, like, again, one of the more famous things that keeps coming up is how, like, Steam has a monopoly on the market. No, Steam is one of the only platforms that has been long-term successful. They do not have any monopoly on the market. People can go other places, and they do. I mean, GOG is one of the best examples of this, right? GOG has gotten really, really popular. Kind of in the same energy as, like, Linux getting popular, if you get what I mean with that. Is, like, people that hate a lot of other, a lot of things will go to these platforms and try and learn and work with them better. There are problems, but, like, overall, if you're willing to put up with the problems of the platform, they're worth it. But it has become quite a large-scale discussion that I don't think can be avoided for much longer. And I think the problem is that at the moment, the only people that are arguing and fighting in this field are the people for, like, the, was it Stop Killing Games initiative? Which is, no offense, right? I still have reservations with them ever since because of how they handled a lot of the early stuff. I know they're a lot better now. Right. But, like, genuinely, I cannot get over how, like, them being the only kind of lobbyist group against this is not good, because we're too late for new ones to pop up easily and get enough traction and resources to be, nicest way of saying it, relevant. But yes, also, Xbox has been progressively doing better and better with some of their decisions. By the evidence of the fact that they have a new person in charge that, again, I actually think this is kind of true, is that they don't have a person that gives a shit about gaming in charge. They have a business person, and the business person recognizes, like, consumers are consumers, right? But, like, at the end of the day, they are still people. You have to treat them with some levels of respect. have to do that because how bad things were in the past because the previous CEO. Yeah, well, I mean, like, how many how many companies are still suffering from the fact that they're having to let go from the mass hiring that they did during COVID when there was more money to be made from people at home. It's like they let go a shitload of people during that time because they couldn't keep up with them. And then they hired a bunch of people because they started making a fuckload of money. But then they stopped thinking about why are they making that money and didn't think about actual long term. And then they started getting rid of the people that they were spending the most money on, which were because they were their veterans. Which is like the biggest problem that we see all the time. Just forcing Bethesda to work on main game projects, yeah. I mean, again, there's the jokingly tentative piece now that's been made between Bethesda and whatchamacallit, right? I'm blanking on their name. The guys that did Vegas, Fallout New Vegas. Might live long enough to see tier 6. Obsidian, thank you, yeah. Because Obsidian Entertainment, fucking Todd Howard said he never wants to work with them again. Even though they were the ones that gave them Bethesda Studio one of 2 of their only games that ever got a Game of the Year edition. Like, they got a game that gave them a fucking award and they're complaining. It's like, oh no, the game didn't meet our expectations. Motherfucker, only Skyrim seems to have ever met your expectations. That's why you keep fucking re-releasing it. They're upset that they're the ones that didn't make the Game of the Year. Yeah. Well, it's because, again, like, only Skyrim, I believe, is the other game under Bethesda that has ever gotten a Game of the Year edition, correct? And then, obviously, everything that happened with the fucking Fallout 76 kerfuffle. Like, no offense to Bethesda, but they think they're a lot more hot shit than they actually are. Low quality Obsidian games are often painted as better than polished art pieces from Bethesda. Yeah, which, again, I'm not trying to say that, like, Bethesda are bad per se, but the problem that Bethesda has most of their time is the simple fact that their games come out incredibly poorly refined and designed and stuff, right? Like, no offense, but, like, the reason why the modding communities are so good for these games is because they fucking have to be. The games are normally messes and like to such an extent that it's almost insulting. Now keep in mind, while I'm saying this, I want to stress, I played Skyrim, or just baseline Skyrim, on Xbox 360, and the only expansion I bought for it was the homes one, like the Hearth and Home, or whatever the fuck it's called. From the good old days, using Skyrim fumes to fuel their own ego. Yeah. So that's why, like, again, the space one they did, it did so poorly because they just thought that their own prestige was better than it was. And I'm not trying to say that that it's impossible for them to make a good game. They clearly can. But, like, they clearly have kind of gotten a bit of a fucking ego that isn't justified. Because, which I would like to point out that someone might go like, oh, well, that always happens. I'm going to look at From Software. I would actually argue, Skyrim is a lot like Dark Souls in this sense, right? Is that it is a 1 in a billion fucking game that has now changed the scope of like how video games are done. Open world wasn't really a popular thing until Skyrim came along, right? Like it was considered most of the time a fucking failure. Or a niche at that. But like one of the biggest mistakes a lot of people make, why is Skyrim popular when Oblivion isn't as much? Oblivion's a good game in its own rights, but Skyrim simplified its systems drastically and became a much more accessible game. Which is why it's so popular. It's an incredibly accessible and easy to like engage with game that doesn't require you to understand fuckloads of complex mechanics. Which is also why New Vegas suffers a little bit, and just Fallout in general, right? Because this is actually something I discussed with a mate recently, is that you can't actually streamline the Fallout games much. By, like, just the design of what they are incredibly complex and hard to interact with. One of their most famous mechanics is a fucking the VAT system, which is arguably just a nightmare for anyone that's not built to handle that, right? And is that saying it's bad? No, it's not. Again, some of the charm of those games is their jank. Okay. One journal. February 5th, I was on my way back to the village when a blizzard blew in. I decided to take refuge for the night in one of the mountain huts. I woke at dawn due to some noise. Before me stood Abbott in a fine kimono. Our eyes met and beauty stole the breath from my breast, yet it terrible beauty, frightening to behold. My eyes in terror, waiting to move on and let me in peace. When I opened my eyes that had disappeared, even behind nothing but the driven. The rest of the pages are missing. I do know what that story is about, but I'll leave that alone. If you know, you know. It's not hard to assume. But yeah. No, I think it's really fascinating to look at the current video game landscape, because it's super easy to get into developing a game as an indie developer now. It's a huge, huge point to be made. But like, obviously the complications that come with everything. Well, from completing my collection of the only book I didn't have in the con. Damn. I should probably also submit these. Is there any other satchels? There's two more in the area. Fine, I wanted to leave you alone, but I guess I can't. I don't know, man. I genuinely worry about gaming in some regards and not in others. Right, like, I'm not, I don't like taking the very doomsday approach to what's going on in it, but I'm also realistic enough to go, I don't know if things are going to fix or improve properly, because pure and simply, companies are companies. Their intention is to make money. Never be under a false illusion that a company is your friend. When they're doing good, they're not doing good enough. Right? It's the eternal state of things. So I don't know. I don't know. Is it easier for a company to get money by screwing you over than treating you well? Yes. But the thing is, screwing you over long term means that they're going to lose customers, right? Like, this is, in the nicest sense, this is the rule of humanity that I have experienced. You can get more out of someone immediately if you don't treat them like a person like basically abuse them, right? But you don't get anything out of them long term. That is not a repeatable effect you can do. Because the more you demean them, the more you diminish them and make them not feel, well, like valued and stuff, the less likely they are wanting to continue doing that. Now, the question is Sony doing this because they think they can get away with it, or is it because they absolutely think this is the correct course of action? An acknowledgement needs to be made that this is not a decision they probably made lightly. Right? But does that mean that we're in an era where that's a genuine thing that they can go, no, I think this is worth trying? I think that's the thing I'm worried about the most, I'll be honest. Is that they're sitting there going like, this is something we can do. I've talked before about the rule of entrepreneurship, right? Which is that entrepreneurs trade favorability for, or like, there's a balance point where basically they do good things, but then they do bad things to make money. And it's about trying to find the right balance point for that, right? Connor's actually really awesome for talking about this. So what he does is it's like, he does some really awesome things, but then he does some ad sponsorships, right? Because he needs to be able to make money. And he hopes that people are willing to forgive the fact that he's going to do ad sponsorships because he does the better stuff, right? And I think that's 100%, like, that is what entrepreneurship is, right? A good entrepreneur is gonna find that middle ground. Try and balance the most they can. Is you want to do good things, but you also have to have the money to be able to do the good things. It's to develop a good karma, I guess, in a sense, with your audience. Now, obviously, I will stress when talking about this, this is down to the individual what they determine as too far, right? It could be basically the moment you do anything, that's you being a sellout. And I don't want to support you. Now, do I think that that's a very narrow-minded perspective? Sure. You have to understand that people are people and people need to be able to survive, right? I hope that if I ever one day took a sponsorship, that there is enough understanding that I am not going to give you a product that I think is actively bad or harmful, but I gotta make money. And I would hope that I can at least create enough of a understanding of why I would. I'd also probably say this at the time, I'll be 38 Pokemon. I kind of want to get up to, I think it's 60 when I get the next threshold. But it does create an interesting kind of perspective on it. Now, it's also why, like, I will openly say now, I will probably never take a sponsorship from something like Raid Shadow Legends. Right? Because I've played that game, I didn't really enjoy it. I don't really like a lot of the mobile game architecture that's out there, where a vast majority of them are just basically spend money. Right, like, if your game has, like, one of the fucking things that I remember, and this is something, like, I remember this from yonks and yonks. Do you guys remember those games? I feel like Clash of Clans has this, where you get like a PvP shield, right? So your town doesn't get destroyed by other players. Now, when you start the game, you get like I don't know, 3 days, a week, whatever. And you're like building all your stuff, you're having a good time with the game, you're enjoying it. The moment that shield goes down, your entire base is destroyed several times over by people that have spent money in the game, have several more hours than you in the game, all sorts, right? So now you're set with a situation. Do you lose your interest in the game, stop playing? Do you spend money to get the shield back? Or do you just try and weather and suffer? And I don't like any of those choices, I'm gonna be honest. Watched a lot of videos from Pink Christian Work on 40k and Fantasy Lore. He always has some sponsor. In the past, he often had a sex toy sponsor or a porn one. Didn't have sponsors like that because he enjoys stuffing his asshole toys, but because they paid a bunch of money. Look, I'm gonna be honest, sex toys are probably gonna be like the more likely one to get on my channel for the sheer thing of if you told me that a sex toy company would sponsor me, I'd fucking laugh my head off and take that sponsorship in a fucking heartbeat. Like, I'm sure we all understand why I would be like, no, 100%, that sounds fucking hysterical. I will not do Raid Shadow Legends, but dildo and ass, yes. You don't have to tell me that. Dude, I'd fucking... If I got sent a thing, it's like, can you do a sponsor? It's like, can I do an entire stream sponsored by you? What do you mean? I'll do like a Dark Souls run of a game. No, I don't think you can do that on like Twitch and YouTube. Sadly, what I was about to suggest. You can do that on like OnlyFans. I know people have done it on Fansly. There's one content creator I was told about that just straight up does like sex toy sponsorships and challenges, and she is wait. Okay. She straight up does challenges that it's just like beating a game with a toy. Active. I find that fucking hysterical. I don't think anyone can convince me that's not, like, funny as hell to me. Hey chat, every donation fucking causes it to vibrate. That's how I make my money. What challenges? When you said the beating a game with a toy, I got lead that it was not what I was thinking about. Oh god, yeah. No, it's she gets sponsored by like sex toy companies, and like uses them to do her challenges, and I'm like, that's amazing. I aspire to be that. God, I need to get more iron shards. Ten more. Okay, where are we at with you? Caught without being spotted. I need to catch 5 more. I need to catch fucking 6 more light specimens. I need to defeat a bunch. I need to give them food. Ooh, I can give them food. That's easy. Eat. Butt plug vibrator connected to Warframe gunshots. You know, the problem is, most of the guns I use are fucking explosive, or like AoE, or rapid fire, or something. I'd fucking not survive that shit. That'd be funny as hell, though. It's like fires a bazooka, and you just see my face visibly just go, You know that one face I'm thinking of. Y'all know the face. The half smile, the eye like scrunched a bit. With some full strength to get you fucking fire rate buff. Oh god. Now I'll play Gauss. Activates ult. Starts firing like any explosive weapon. You guys want to see true power? And this, what's he doing, is to go even further beyond. You know, if I ever make a Fansly or whatever the fuck platform it is at the time, that is 100% why I'm doing it. Gonna be on the ground before you even reach full battery with Gauss. Yep. My ass is gonna be glass. Sabuchi literally did it. Not nice and not safe for work. Okay, I have a question because I'm gonna have to maybe read the rules again on stuff. I'm pretty sure that stuff goes against terms of service. Specifically on Twitch, at least. Right? You said Terriers, and I like missing out when you said. I was just saying that I'm pretty sure it goes against Twitch terms of service. I would probably have to look that up and like check that information, but I'm pretty sure most of that. Did an offline recording and posted on YouTube and his Patreon. Okay. Because that's why I say I'm pretty sure Twitch has terms of service against it. And I think that would, if I was to do it, I feel like I kind of want to do it as a stream. Which is why I say, like, the Fansly thing. Because if I ever do a Fansly, you know it's for me to just literally shitpost. To create anything unless you have big tits. No. They have to be human tits. They can't be anime tits, remember. This is Twitch. We can't, like, animate women here. Why am I still catching you guys? Pretty sure I have literally no reason to catch Apons now, right? Let me fucking lock on so I can use my goddamn Pokedex thing. Yeah, I need to defeat them. I need to defeat them. I need to defeat them. Hey, Lucari, you're about to fucking have fun. Lucario's about to, like, actually go to a kindergarten. Yeah, be careful. It's basically no fake tits, so there's some streamers that have to be careful the moment they get found out that they've not got real ones. I mean, what? Dude, okay, I'm about to, like, talk on something that I want to stress. I do not think this should be a discussion topic we should be having. I'm saying this forefront before we get into it because I feel like I'm going to cause... long-term, this could alienate some people and upset them. This is opinion. This is not, like, you have to agree with me. I really don't understand, like, cosmetic surgeries for a lot of that sort of stuff, right? Like, I get wanting to look more like what you want to look like. I truly understand that. But am I wrong for, like, feeling... I don't know. I'm not all that into boobs, I guess, so there's an argument there of maybe that's why. I'm not a boob man. Like... I know plenty of women that hate the fact that they have, like, bigger chests, because it hurts. Like, again, welcome to the truth of the matter. That shit hurts your back. And it's a nightmare because, like, especially when you get to specific sizes, it's just hard to try and get fucking, things that fit you. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, that's me making my, like, opinion piece of the day that's gonna get me in trouble. Yeah, it's more incompetent than but I mean, like, I have the argument of, simply put, I prefer an individual to be comfortable with themselves and just comfortable in general, right? Now, trust me when I say there is a fine line between, like, there is a difference sometimes between being comfortable visually and comfortable physically, right? I am someone that I fully acknowledge. I like to wear suits, and suits have a sense of uncomfortability to them that I will admit to. However, I feel physically comfortable enough in them that, like, outside of when I'm full-blown relaxing, when I'm outside, I really like being in a suit, if I can be. In more formal way. Like, it just makes me feel better about myself. That's why I'm like, I kinda get it, but I really kinda don't. Because, like, I don't get it to the physical alteration stage. Oh, hi. When you wear a suit, it feels like you're a trapped animal. See, that's the thing. When I'm wearing a suit, I feel like I'm in a lot of control over what's going on around me. Like, I feel confident, I feel comfortable, I feel more at home. And now you could make an argument it's because I've worn suits so much in my life. And I was raised to be wearing more formal attire and shit. Very valid point to be made. But that's pretty much it, right? Like, everyone's got their own reasons, and there's a variety of reasons why it's lit. But yeah, no, I know a lot of people that prefer baggier clothing. I like baggy clothing when I'm at home, right? Like right now, I'm wearing what I call a grandpa jersey, which is basically one of those gray jerseys, a singlet, and some sweatpants. And I've got a robe, like a bathrobe over the top to just really give myself a bit more insulation, and then a blanket on my lap that goes down to my feet, right? Again, reminder, I'm in winter. We're on single-digit temperature right now. That's what I'm... But I do think that a lot more people are moving towards, like, those excessive comfort clothes, right? I've noticed that a lot, is that, like, more and more people, I think, are actually just straight up wearing, like, hoodies and shit like that. Just things that, like, they can wear loose hanging and feel more relaxed in. Even when they go out. It's like why I don't like going to the hospital as well, in a sense, is I have to wear, like, my baggy clothes outside. And while I'm not against wearing them, I definitely have a preference to not. I just also don't have that many nice clothing things anymore. Also, that's an SP. I don't know. I'm gonna have a good chance. Ow! Catch it. Beyond, do you want to just get in this ball? Hey, Frank. Nice. But yeah, no, it's an interesting one to me in some regards. I still don't. But yeah, the point is that, like, I have mixed feelings with, like, at all. I think it's important to find the balanced ground, because again, like, I think it's fine to wear whatever you feel comfortable in. I feel comfortable in both baggy sweatpants and suits. And depending on the circumstance, I definitely have a preference to one or the other. Like, if I'm going out somewhere, I want to wear a suit 100% of the time, even if it's, like, not a highly formal event, because it gives me a sense of a lot of things. Is that a fucking alpha Pikachu? I want to kill it. I don't actually want to capture this, I just want to kill it, just for spite reasons. Oh God, I think it's gonna kill me. See if I can capture the sizzle just because it's at good HP threshold. Alright, murder the Pikachu. Dry ass cake for dinner, hell yeah. Should I have captured that Alpha Pikachu? Sure. You know what? It's a very valid point. I should probably caught it. Do I care? No. I wanted to kill that bastard. Kill the fucking rat. I think I've got all the loot off the ground. So let's leave. If car needs work, parents need to help, and demand friends to love D&D, so I have a lot to do. Fair enough, devil. Catch you later. Oh god, Nash is here. Which means I need to tab over to Twitch to fucking deny that ass. No. No 6-7 voice. Fuck you. But yeah, stay safe, devil. I agree with that. Have a good sleep, have good dreams. Or it's the least I can hope for you. Alright, 60 Pokemon. We got big money. Now, I want to do something that's really funny, that I haven't done yet, and I want to remind myself what the reward is for doing it. So, as we've been going, our pasture has been getting rather full. You do get quite a lot of pastures, but eventually, you get too many. Alright. So, what we can do, we can do this. There's gonna be a mass fucking exodus from our base. So if you're wondering what I'm doing right now, I'm selecting a bunch of Pokemon. And we're gonna just... I gotta keep it around so I can actually do the things. I don't like it. So fucking many. There we go. That's ridiculous. All right, we ready? I'm gonna release the selected Pokemon. They've gone. The Pokemon you release now just left a little something behind for you. Take it, would you? Got 85 sacks of Grit Gravel, 46 sacks of Grit Dust, 27 Grit Pebbles. So, yeah, that was what I thought it was. You know how I was saying I'm trying to remember how to get the Grit stuff? This is how you get them. This is how you get all of the Grit shit in mass, is, I believe it's based off their level? When you release them. So now we can actually do a little bit of work here. Oh, this is the worst part of it. I forgot. So what I'm doing right now is their stats. Just nudging them up a little bit. Now, you can see, like, as I'm doing, it's not by much, right? The HP is the one we can actually see, in real time. Right, so this one is, he's 234, goes to 241, right? So he goes up by 7 HP. It's not a lot that they're going up by. However, we ain't fucking done. It's gonna take a fucking obscene amount of time. So the grit dust only lets them go up to level 3. Right? So run out. The grit gravel, however, goes from 4 and 5. So we can now go above that threshold. All the way up to 6. So it's another 3 levels. This is... What I'm doing right now is obscenely stupid, by the way. I should not be doing this early on, but this is really funny. I think I'll only do this with Garchomp, Lucario, and Electivire, by the way. For now. Like, properly. Because they're the ones that are just 100% not getting replaced, I don't think. So, again, minor buffs that we're getting from all of this. However, they do stack up quite a fair bit by the later stages, right? Now, again, I am wasting a lot here because I'm, like, buffing special attack on characters that I shouldn't be buffing special attack on. Right? And now... we can use these to push it even further. Now, I believe we need a final different item to get them to beyond this level. I feel like there's like a rock or something. And it's... I think I need to basically be releasing like level 80 Pokemon to trigger that. If that gives an idea of like how much it is. But there we go. So now, if I look at the summary of them, if we go to here, you'll see their stats are a bit more buffed. Adamant. I think I'm fine with Adamant, right? Sassy. Ooh, we do not like Sassy. But yeah, so now, they've equivalently leveled up. I think it's like... I can't even remember. It's a bunch of levels that those, give, basically. Like, equally to. So this is why I have started farming for the mints, by the way, in case someone was about to wonder. The mints are your late game. They are expensive to farm for, and you don't get many at a time. But they are the nature-changing mints. So of course, we fucking want them. And we're gonna pay out the nose for them, because they're just so good. Oh! Mechanical circular saw! It's 20,000! Finally, we hit one of them. But if you can solve this item's mystery, your reward will surely be far greater than the price you paid for it today. We'll send it to your quarters. So you'll notice there was a lot more dialogue for that item I just bought. And it was very expensive. Let's go to my quarters and see what the fuck this random piece of machinery is that I have just been sent. Huh. I wonder what this is. A mechanical circular saw. It's almost like it's this weird rolling thing, but with electricity. I wonder if there's anything that could interact with this that would maybe cause it to do something. I don't think I can interact with it without it in my inventory. I'm just double checking. Yeah, it's a lawnmower. We know what it is. Yeah, so occasionally, this is why I've actually been purchasing from the Ginkgo Guild, occasionally you'll get the Rotom items. Necessary for Rotom's, bullshit. What do you even sell at this point? I actually haven't looked in a long time. Oh, I can just buy Ultra Balls. Oh. I can buy Max Revives. Forgot about that. I forgot that that's where a lot of your money goes late game. Okay. You guys want to see some money? There we go. $100,000. Good times. You gonna see me spend that money real fucking quickly? I literally would probably not be able to afford your next prize, I think. Is it what I think it is? Oh, no, it's not. Okay, I can do that. 60,000? What does the next one cost? 80,000. Man is gonna run us out of fucking home and country with the prices he's causing. Like, good God. Ew, my back! Oh no, my back, my pussy, and my crack. Oh. Double checking there's no other like cyclists in here. Hey, can we get the I think I have to finish the request first, right? But now we've got a hella powered up team with just Garchomp and Lucario being like ways too standing up. Dude, the stats are just nuts. Mass outbreak of Zubats and Piloswine. Okay. Can't for either of those. We're getting there. We're getting there with these. Seen 156, caught 116. Overall, not too bad. Alright, we're 2 hours in. Let's go to main story and have the repercussions of doing main story. Hey, Komodo.
Each of the Pokemon nobles became friends, and now each of them has been killed. We still have no explanation for why this calamity befell us. But I'm glad to see it is put to an end.
Stretch? Oh god, yes, you could use a stretch! Oh god. Oh no, an ad's about to start, guys. You know what? We'll pause them for a moment. Everyone's having a good day so far, though. I identify as a gambler. My pronouns are all in. Oh, dude, I have been loving the looks of some of the memes coming out of the fucking Avatar fighting game. I have heard a lot of Ethernet related problems though. It doesn't look like they're using rollback netcode, at least from what I've seen. Oh damn, is the PlayStation Network still down, by the way? Damn. Is the ad still going? The ad is not still going. Damn. Oh, yeah, I also logged into Star Hour this morning for the fake collab. Because that's going on right now. Got my Gilgamesh. Yes! So now I just need to, like, spend a bunch of things to get, like, his, like, because you get it by, like, default.
And I think peace will be restored to Hisui by the hand of our mysterious Riftborn helper. When tomorrow dawns, it will dawn on a world restored to normalcy, and Loros will be able to return to our normal lives. Don't nourish yourself with a wallflower and allow yourself a good long rest. Don't forget the Survey Corps' work is not over. It does not end until our people can live here in Hisui without fearing the Pokemon runners.
Yay! The world's at peace. Everything's okay. There's nothing that could go wrong now. Yeah. Thanks for the nice sizable helping of potato munchy Benny, old chum. Oh, and if there's anything else that you'd recommend, by all means, bring it out.
Oh, you fucking asshole! I'm gonna do whatever I want.
Now to Everlug's quill too. We can survey all over Hisui. I certainly had my reservation as to whether Everlug needed to be quelled. But if it means bringing calm to everyone, then I suppose we did the right thing. I hate to think what kind of havoc the frenzied nobles could have wreaked if Miku never came to us. Still, even with all the nobles quelled, the rift doesn't seem to be closing, huh? Although, wait, if the rift were to disappear, would that mean Miku would be stuck here? I guess so. Well, our little team is certainly very practiced at investigating things by now. We'll look into the matter and find a solution, I've no doubt. And even if you don't, you'll always have a home here in Jubilee Village, Miku. Now then, tomorrow's soon upon us, and it'll be another hard day at work for the Survey Corps. Don't forget that we've got our sides on. Nothing less than to complete a Pokedex. If you're around, the Pokedex is good as complete. Hey, how about I just tag along as your assistant? Assistant, now come now Ray, don't sell yourself short. You're a full-fledged member of the Survey Corps too. Well, sure I am. I guess I am. In any case, time for a hearty meal and a heavy sleep. Thank God this is not like setting up for any ominous or weird things to occur.
Baka-boom!
Mission disaster looming! I'm sure it's fine. Oh! This doesn't look good, Miku. Some sort of dreadful energy seems to be pouring from the rift in space-time. Now the entire sky has gone red. It's the end of days. A word from the commander. You to report to his office at once.
The way the skies change, it is ominous, very ominous indeed.
What about it, Commander? What's this about, Commander? Did you call us here to discuss the quelling of all of the Nobus, didn't you?
That can wait. There's a more pressing concern here that must be addressed. The first strike of that strange lightning, the one that drove Cleavor into a frenzy, it struck the night that Miku fell from the sky, did it not? It only seems natural to think that the two events might be linked in some way. Who or what are you really, Miku?
Civic Corps member?
Indeed, you've done all I ordered. But that does not answer the question of who you really are. You came from the rift, as did the lightning. You're connected to these frenzies, are you not? Did you think you'd gain our trust by quelling the frenzies you yourself brought about? And having gained our trust, what then? What is it that you're really after here?
Hold on, Commander. There's nothing to suggest Miku has wronged us.
Exactly, and besides, do you really think she's got the sort of fearsome power it'll take to make all of this happen? Let me ask you in turn, can you prove, beyond a doubt, she is free from guilt? This person, this stranger, appeared out of a rift in space-time. You can guarantee she is who she says. You can guarantee she is to be trusted.
But that's... No. No one can do that. You're asking us to prove a negative. How is anyone supposed to prove the absence of all doubt? Come on, let's be reasonable. What is Miku supposed to do then?
She will be given the chance to investigate this latest disaster, but not as a member of the Galaxy team. She remains a suspect unless she can clear her name. There are those in our village who cannot trust a stranger, who fell like you, who fell from the sky. And so, I ask you to leave. You're no longer welcome in the Galaxy team. Consider yourself banished from this village till you can explain why these calamities keep befalling our good people. No, till you have restored our world to its rightful state and proven your innocence without a doubt. Is that clear, Celine?
Yes, sir. How can you act so heartless? Don't you believe in Miku?
Do not attempt to intervene on her behalf. I will do what I must as the commander of the Galaxy Expedition Team. But I have not forgotten your deeds, nor the unusual skill you have displayed. That is why I have chosen to let you walk out of here free, rather than clap you in chains.
Yeah, so when I said there's a threshold in this game where things change drastically, say hello to the end of the village for us. We're getting expelled. You're going to be expelled from the village. Seriously? Orders are orders. Let's go. So now, they've made us out to be the cause of everything. We're the bad guys. Supposedly. We can take it from here, ma'am. Understood. However, the decision was mine to accept this stranger as a member of the survey corps. It is only right that I should personally escort her from the village and into the field and camp. I'll come too. As will I, naturally. I'll allow it. Then, I'll mark you all down as bound for the field and camps. Safe travels. Can't believe the boss would do this. You quelled all those nobles' frenzies under his own orders. Quite right. Moreover, even if you did happen to fall from the sky, that hardly gives you the power to turn it red. This is utterly intolerable, and I might add, absurdly unscientific. As a man of science, I must fight such illogical thinking tooth and nail. Must not. You will only cause Miku more pain if you are driven out, as well for defending. However, there are others who might offer help. I've been an aide to both the Diamond Clan. You've been both an aide to the Diamond Clan and the Pearl Clan. Of course, perhaps Adamant or Irida might take you in. Although I'm afraid they're both already returned to their respective settlements. I bet you could at least start by finding Leon at the Grand Tree Arena. Not sure where it might be, if you'd want the Diamond Clan. Don't die out here. That's an order. We'll ensure you have all you need to complete the survey the commander has tasked you with. If I might offer my advice, in this life, you'll meet both admiration and abuse from others. How others choose to view you is a choice only they can make. You cannot make it for them. All that truly matters is that you hold firm in your own values. What of the dream I first shared with you on Prelude Beach to complete the Pokédex? That dream simply won't come true without you. So, we have access to our item storage. I believe we still have access to our Pokemon. Yep. Crafting, all that sort of stuff. But we can't go back to the village now. And the sky is bleeding. Oh, and I don't know if I can get the angle well, but the rift is actually substantially larger if you look. Before it was like a little bit larger than like the top of the mountain. Now it's like the size of the mountain. I'm trying to remember if... Can I do... Okay, we need to progress. Story now. The reason why I need to progress the story is I literally cannot leave this region until I do. Oh, look, there's an alpha lens. I believe I need to go to a specific location. Ah, an alpha knocked me off, that's rude. Yeah, by the way, I could have probably like just fast traveled to the location. Fuck, fight me. I don't care. I'm gonna run across the whole map. What a fucking alpha Pichu. Jesus Christ. Yeah. We're now being betrayed by the Galaxy Corps. Or the Galaxy team. That's fine. Sure, it'll be fine. Alright, hey, Leon. You? What in the world did you do? Look at the size of the rift. If lightning starts pouring out of it, all the Pokemon in Hisui could be thrown into a frenzy. The entire clan is in a panic now. Should have known that the only thing that could come from the rift was disaster. Never mind then. Is that really all you came to say? Look, you needn't try and put on a brave face. You've been held to the Pearl Clan and know what kind of person you are. So, it must be said, for every sympathetic ear you might find there, there's also a detractor who fears your presence. Surely do wish that I could repay you for quelling Cleaver's frenzy as you did. You must know that. There's nothing I alone can do for you. Warden Mai might be able to help you, though. She's a caring woman, after all. You'll most likely find Mai at the Worn Bridge. I believe it's a very significant place for her. I'm certain that somewhere in the vastness of Hisui there is a place for you as well. Alright. Take out Mai. So, yeah, game's gotten quite serious all of a sudden. Alright, hi Mai. My, what a frightful sky. Such a disturbing sight would be enough to put anyone ill at ease. You don't know what brought this about, do you? I'm trying to figure it out. I suppose it was too much to expect that you already had an answer to all of this. I heard from our leader what happened. You can't return to that village of yours, can you? But I'm afraid the Diamond Clan can't be the ones to save you. Diamond Clan could end up at war with the Galaxy team if things went badly. I think you'd regret that as much as anyone. The Great Weirder took a liking to you. I want to offer my support, but forgive me, I cannot help you in this. Do not abandon hope. Time solves all things. And besides, you seem to have a talent for making your own way in the world. I have no doubt you'll continue to find a path to war. So, the Pearl Clan and the Diamond Clan aren't gonna help me. I've been kicked out of my village. What the fuck's left for me? Well, strange events seem to follow you wherever you go, don't they? Found you at last, Miko. I've been looking all over for you, you know. What would I do if I were to lose one of my favorite customers? Don't worry, I've already heard what happened. Good merchant knows well the importance of staying abreast of all the latest news. It seems you're in quite the pinch. No place for you among the Diamond Clan or the Pearl Clan. Say nothing about how poorly the Galaxy team is treating you. But, not to worry. There are still corners of the Hisui region where you can still stash you away in secret. I know a spot that would be the perfect hideaway. Leave it all to me. And Volo comes to our rescue. Here we are. I know. It's not a palace. You know the saying about beggars and choosers. Say hello to our new home. Our new flatmate. Shirking your work to come pester me again. Even beneath a bleeding sky, you never change. Always a pleasure, Miss Kagita. But I'm afraid I'm not here today to learn more of Isui's myths and legends. No mistress. Thank you. Just Kagita. This is... Why, Miku's the woman of the hour. She's the one who quelled the frenzy of all the Pokemon nobles, believe it or not. Ah, the poor wretch you spoke of. Lost in time and space. Yeah, me, lost one. It seems I'll be able to fulfill my duty at long last, thanks to you. Lost one? Indeed, I'm to guide you, lost one, but the task of preventing great disaster falls to you. The rift in space-time must be mended, lest time and space themselves be thrown out of balance. But come, I enter my dear hideaway. There's much to be told. Alright. It's time for the fun bits. The space-time rift is said to be a portal to innumerable other dimensions. What such realm, far and further still from ours, dwells almighty Sinnoh. The Diamond Clans? He expands her antiquity to eternity and expands to all sides, above and below. Time traces the paths we tread from here and now into the future, while space yawns all-encompassingly, surrounding us in every direction. You see, don't you? The two together, time and space, comprise all creation, the universe. How can one claim that either is greater than the other, as those two clans do? They're inseparable. Perhaps the truth is clearer to a wanderer such as you, one who has known other ages. Now listen, Lost One. Here's what you must do. Isui holds 3 lakes of great importance. Lake Verity, Lake Valor, and Lake Acuity. At each dwells a Pokemon said to embody one aspect of the mind. Complete the trials each will set you, and bear their gifts to the Shrouded Ruins. There you may receive the Red Chain! With it, perhaps you can bind the world together. Bind the world, you say? You mean it won't close the rift? Kindly spare me your doubts, young man. I know the old words and what they bid us to do. How true they are isn't mine to know. Regardless of their truth, I am bound to pass them on. How callous of my ancestors to leave their legends to their children who had a thought for the hardships that caused them. But here we are. You know your duty, and you'll do it, won't you? Yeah, sure. There is nobility in knowing what must be done and seeing to it. Your arc phone is beeping. You can see the locations of 3 lakes marked on your arc phone. Mistress Kogita's got a lovely workbench here. And if you need materials, I'll be glad to help you. I'm always happy to do business with you. What about the pastures? That is a problem, isn't it? What shall we do about that indeed? What was that cry? Have we now a lost Pokemon as well as a lost child? Do see to it, please. How could I refuse you, ma'am? Off we go, Miku. Hello, it's an Abra. Where'd you teleport in from, little fella? And it's got a letter. A letter addressed to you, Miku. Take a closer look at the letter. To Miku. I may use my Pokemon as a go-between to access the pastures in Jubilife Village. I've also ensured that you'll be able to utilize our base camps without issue. I have every confidence in your ability as the Adept Survey Corps member to bring this bizarre situation under control promptly. Sincerely, Celine. Survey Corps Captain, Galaxy Expedition. Good tidings from the letter, then? It's a secret. Now then. So where to visit Three Lakes? Doesn't sound like an easy task, that's for sure. It sure would be wonderful to have a kind soul who might help us out. Quite the opportunist, aren't you, Volo? Such a consummate guild member. I've managed to reassure my people for now. The wardens are keeping a close eye on their nobles, too. Seems all quiet for the moment. And so, here we are. But still, we'll never get away with openly aiding you. If we were to undermine the commander's direct orders, relationships would grow strained. Long story short, we want to help you, but without drawing attention. So, it'll be just one of us. Me or her. It's up to you. The answer should be obvious. And welcome to the only major choice in this game. And I fucking love this. I get to choose if I get direct assistance from Adaman or Irida. And this is so fucking cool. I'm just gonna straight up say this choice is what makes this game so good. I get to choose between one of these two to have help me. I know who I'm choosing of Irida and Adaman, right? Purely because I chose them last time and I'm gonna choose them again. Of these two characters, there's one that I like more, and there's also one that... It's of these two clans, there's also the legendary that they represent that I like more. So... But the fact is, this is such a heartwarming sequence. I cannot stress that enough. Because, like, you get to see she's got farming here, we've got access to our stuff. Celine's given us access to the Abra so we get the pastures. Volo's willing to help us out. And then these two are willing to strain their relationships a little bit with the Galaxy team just to help us. So, Adaman, obviously you choose me, right? Who gave you the Celestica flute in the first place? That's right, this strapping young man. Yeah, I choose you. Thought so. You can count on me. So then, the leftover leader will... Leftover? I'm not someone's scraps! I'll keep watch on the commander. I imagine I'll hear something useful from him. Of course, of course. And the lucky chosen one comes with us to the lakes. We can fill you in on the details as we go. Well, the first task will be decided which of the Hisui region's 3 great lakes to visit first. Right. And we'd better get a move on. No time to waste. I'll meet you wherever you decide to go. We'll be in hot water if we're seen traveling together. I'm counting on you to handle this, Adaman. Don't cause Miku more trouble. The trial of Lake Verity, the trial of Lake Valor, and the trial of Lake Acuity. So now we have the trials. We can buy stuff from Volo, which is all the stuff that you'd normally get access to at the shop. We have access to pretty much everything. And this is our new home base for a bit. I'm gonna be honest, this is actually probably a really, really good point to wrap up. I just want to show, obviously, that, like, we go to Adaman if we want to go to a location. And we can go anywhere. Now, there's this little bit here now. This is the Ancient Retreat. This is where we are currently. But we cannot go to the village. We can go everywhere but the village. So yeah. I love this so much. This game is such a great thing. And the fact that we're getting these, like, beautiful moments with all our characters, showing that, like, even technically the commander isn't, like, against us, but he's like, I can't support you right now because you are too much of an unknown and it's affecting everyone. So he has to kick us out. So, with that being the case, like I said, I'm gonna finish up here for today. I'm gonna just quickly do the save. And you can see, we've actually lost our card. We are no longer part of the Survey Corps, so we've lost our card. Showing it there. Which is kind of sad as well. But, with that all being the case, thank you all so much for watching. Just gonna double check one thing before we finish up for today. I'm gonna go raid Yawa? Yeah, let's go raid Yawa. So I can finish up. It's a very early finish, I acknowledge. But we gotta do what we gotta do. So, with that all being the case, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. You're awesome. Stay awesome. And I hope to see you again next time. Till then, bye-bye.